What's popping, y'all? Adin Ross really got snubbed by this, and Adin Ross is somebody that's done so much for Twitch. He got snubbed by the CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy, who showed up to, and keep in mind, this guy was not CEO when Adin Ross was really killing it on Twitch, but he showed up to Kai Cenat's home, or the estate that he was renting out for his Mafiathon 3 to present him with the Guinness World Record for the most subscribers on Twitch, which was over 1 million. Just an outstanding accomplishment, no matter how he got it. And we will criticize how he got it in a separate video. But he got asked what's his Mount Rushmore of streaming, Dan Clancy that is. And he gave a couple of names, and none of those names were... Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say these names. None of those names were Adin Ross. So let me just read you guys off who Dan Clancy named. He named Kai Cenat. I think that's a fair pick. Perfectly fair pick. And we're just, when they're talking Mount Rushmore, they're talking like big four. And I don't know why he put 5 on this list, but big four. And usually because we're going to take big four because Mount Rushmore has different definitions for each person that's on the Mount Rushmore. I did a video on that on my main channel. I don't even know what the topic was. But Ninja, he has at second, and this isn't in order, but Ninja makes sense. I think that was just, he has to be there. Pokimane, really? Okay. I think it's fair when it comes to... Like, she was the female streamer. Now, you had people like Zoe Burger, but what Pokimane did that Zoe Burger did not, and others like her, is that Pokimane did not she did not do anything risque. She was not pushing up her chest. She was not showing her behind. She did not do any of those things that most e-girls, e-gamer girls, or gamer girls, etc. were doing. And she managed to go to great heights, and she networked her way to certain places, especially via Fortnite. And I don't mean networked as in quotation marks. I mean networked as in she probably leveraged the fact that she was a girl that people found cute, and she already had a base in streaming, and she would collaborate with these other people. And during Fortnite, she really blew because of that. So I don't mind the Pokimane pick too much, especially because I feel like he's got to throw a woman in there. And if you're going to throw a woman in there, I do believe there is none that beat Pokimane. But it also goes to show how much further guys are willing to take streams, because these dudes, like, just look at what Kai Cenat and Ninja have done. Like, they took it to the greatest heights you can imagine. Speed. If he's just talking streamers, sure. But if we're talking Twitch, Speed did not do much on Twitch. And then Carnage, who I am actually familiar with this guy, but this seems more of a personal pick than an actual pick for, I don't know, like Mount Rushmore. I don't think anybody's putting this guy on the Mount Rushmore. People would probably put, he's not saying Dr. Disrespect, that's for sure. But people would probably put Dr. Disrespect over a Carnage. So these were the picks. Adin Ross, of course, he wasn't on it. And a streamer by the name of Clicks, who was, I think at one point he was one of the best Fortnite players in the game. I think he's still like a top player, but one of the biggest personalities as a streamer to come out of Fortnite. And he had his own take on why Adin Ross should be there. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
Yeah. There's so many now. It's tough for me to pick another person.
No,
now,
Adin is. Adin is. Adin 100% is.
Actually, I'll throw. The other.
I'm saying this facts or cap. Adin normalized IRL streaming. That's the view that I have on Adin. He was like the biggest. He was the first like biggest creator, but he normalized IRL streaming. Like just to sit in front of a camera and entertain. He had rappers on stream, bro. He is definitely. Okay, you guys are saying different names. I'm just saying from like my experience of when I was watching Twitch, right? But like I do think he was that motherfucker, bro. Dude, he's 100% Mount Rushmore.
Other person.
Yeah, I don't know about Ice.
Adin Ross normalized IRL streaming. I believe that is a very great sentence. I think that's the perfect words to put together, because before Adin, IRL streaming was a bit spurgy. It was a bit out there. The people that IRL streamed were a bit odd. Like, I'm keeping it a buck. And that's why I found them so entertaining. But when you got an Adin Ross, now Adin Ross is a little bit weird. Dude's biting his toenails. Dude's was slobbering on plastic knobs. We're not talking doorknobs either. He was doing a very odd, not even just odd, very, not even zesty. Let's zest squared activities. But he was a pretty normal dude. Like, he attracted a normal audience into IRL streaming. And collaborations with rappers. He brought entertainment and hip hop and NBA and just like normal stuff, right? Like if someone's into the NBA, that's normal stuff. 2K, right? Like 2K are normal people games. 2K, Madden, FIFA. Once you start getting to the like Valorant, friggin' StarCraft, right? Which I don't even know if that many people still play StarCraft. But those other games, you're like, okay, this person's getting more online, maybe runs the risk of being a little bit weirder, right? It's like more normie tier, and Adin brought in that audience and it became normal. You got regular audiences, but he was the transition, so he still suffered from a lot of the negative effects that came with IRL streaming, which was people that decided to treat it like it was an augmented reality game, which is, hey, well, let's mess with this streamer. And that includes sending police to their home, which happened to Adin Ross so much that now it's become a thing to where the biggest streamers, like the police, is willing to talk to them and call them before they show up, which was not a thing before. You were getting ran down on every single time and there was nothing you could do about it. That was it. It didn't get that big. And Clicks gave his own Mount Rushmore. So I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
I'm saying mine. Kai, Speed, Adin, Pokimane, XUC. That's like my day and age of when I started like watching.
It's
only
tricky
4?
when you go in the past. I've been at.
Oh, Ninja. Okay, I have to have Ninja. What am I saying? 100% Ninja. You have to have Ninja, bro. Because that motherfucker was... Dude, there's so many. Yo, there's so many. Wait, it's 100% Ninja. Okay, Ninja?
Surprise, mother.
I think XUC is a big one because I feel like XUC made like the Poggers calm. Like where like it's normalized spamming emotes in the chat. Ninja, XUC. I can't even name them. Adin's got to be up there, and Kai.
He's right in that it's tough. You have to put, like, if you're talking about IRL, I mean, like, Ice Poseidon, of course, is a no-brainer. They created the IRL section because of that guy. They created just chatting because of that guy. You're talking about somebody that took arrows and got banned because he was IRL streaming when it was not allowed on the platform. Of course, that person has to be on the Mount Rushmore, certainly. But keep in mind, I believe that dude Ice Poseidon is banned on Twitch, so Dan Clancy's not going to mention somebody that's banned. But you can see Clicks here. He's like, and Clicks is a little bit younger too, so he may not have grown up in that age. Adin Ross is somebody that's Clicks makes sense that this guy's a fan of Adin Ross. Adin Ross was him to a lot of these young bucks, and this guy, of course, he put Ninja on there. So it does get a little bit tough, but like that guy putting up Carnage, I was like, wait, what the hell? So Adin Ross was also somebody that had his prime on Twitch. He was breaking records on Twitch. He was getting 100K plus on Twitch. I think, dog, Adin Ross had 24K golden, and the other guy on Mood, Ian Dior. There's no way I was going to forget Ian Dior's name. Like, come on now. He had them on, and he had like 250,000 people live. That is insane. And it's even when Mood was the #1 song, these guys were never the #1 artist. Like, everybody was paying attention to them. It wasn't as if he had like a major celebrity on there. But Adin and his interaction with insert rapper here that the majority of people at least knew of was enough to get things popping and moving. And then, of course, you had like all of the E-dates that he ran and just the... Well, you could say he was a pioneer of gambling being brought onto the platform, whether you believe that was a good thing or not. So for him to have experienced his prime on Twitch and to not even be considered, it's like, damn, dog, like they're really dubbing him. But it's not something that he can't recover from. Like if Adin Ross wants it bad enough, he can come back and get all the respect that he deserves and more. He just has to set his mind to it. But yeah, I feel like him getting forgotten, there's no way we're not allowing Adin Ross to get removed from the history books. Kai Cenat either, but Kai Cenat is making sure everybody remembers, and he took every opportunity and squeezed everything that he could get out of it. He was not leaving any stone unturned. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who would you have as your Mount Rushmore of streamers? Let me know. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.